Okay, hello everyone. It is Morgan, aka Dumbhoetarot. I have a video about what your crush thinks about you. I love these kind of videos because, we're all nosy and we want to know how the people we like think about us. So I'm going to do one for you guys. This is going to be group 1, group 2, and group 3. So go ahead and choose your group and we can get started. All right, hello group 1. Everyone who chose the courage card, we're going to get into what your crush thinks about you or kind of their opinion on you. And then I'll pull maybe a few cards to kind of see how they might feel about you. I don't know yet. We'll see. Which I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know yet. We probably will do that because it's to get a good idea. But I mostly want to go over what they think about you. And naturally, I'm sure feelings will come through with that. Let's start with the courage card before I get into tarot. For the cards, I did what they think about you, and courage came out for your card. So I imagine they think you're someone who is strong-willed, someone who has good work ethic, someone, like I'm hearing for some of you, you might be pretty prominent in this person's life, or maybe you've been friends for a while, or they're very much aware of you. I don't think this is someone you like that they don't know of your existence. It could be, if that is the case for you, then you might think they don't know you, but they do know you. Because with this courage card, this makes me think that you're a person who feels very strongly, someone who doesn't back down from a fight, someone who just really speaks their mind, because naturally those are traits that come with courage. But the crashing waves, this is like really intense. So maybe you're a very intense person. Maybe you love hard, just as hard as you work hard, that kind of vibe. But we'll get into tarot more so, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, so we'll see. How does group 1's crush feel about group 1? The person they are asking about, how do they feel about them, or what do they think about group 1, please? That's weird. This card came out, or it didn't come out. It has a little tear on it, and I've never noticed that. But I'm going to take it because Spirit pointed it out to me. It's the Chariot card. And you know what's so funny? Right here it says willpower and control. So you definitely are someone, I'm sorry if you can't really see them. I'm going to show you them, but I don't have my tripod, so it's going to be hard to kind of allow you to get an overhead view, so I'll try to show them to you. But you're definitely someone who has a lot of willpower, strength. You got quite a personality. So, and then here's a 7. Oh, look, 7, 7. Ooh. 7 of Wands. You're definitely someone who speaks their mind. And we'll get into debates or fights about something you just really believe in. You're a passionate person, and they definitely see you as such. But Spirit, what does group 1's crush think about group 1? What do they think about group 1, please? Tower. Another soul-crashing card. And then 7 of Cups. That is so interesting. We have 3 7s. So if you've been seeing 777 a lot, this reading specifically is for you. But also 777 can bring a lot of change. I don't know too much about the number. I don't want to speak on it because I don't know a lot about it. So I want y'all to do that with what you will. If you want to research 777, please do. It might mean something specific to you. So just look into that. But the fact that there's 3 7s here, it's like, there's some meaning behind it. And then the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Pentacles. Sorry I'm shaky. I haven't eaten anything. I need to, but don't mind me. So first of all, without being redundant, I just want to make very, very clear to you guys, which I don't know if I made it clear enough before, but this person thinks that you are extremely passionate about the things you like and dislike. If you're upset, you're upset. If you're happy, you're happy. it's very easy for these people to read your emotions and go like, oh, okay, so group 1, they are very obviously upset. They feel things deeply. They're not afraid to express how they feel. And not in the sense it's like, if you have problems expressing how you feel, like romantically and stuff like that, it's different. This is like oh my gosh, I stubbed my toe and it hurts so bad and I'm crying, very passionately, like almost over dramatic in a way. If someone, like you see an injustice, like someone does someone dirty and you're like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You make your emotions clear in that sense. So to the surface level kind of thing, this person thinks that you react in a big way to happy situations, bad situations, sad situations, mundane situations. But I think that's something they like a lot, because with the Tower here, I think people, when they see the Tower card, they're like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, we're dying, or something terrible's happening. I just think there's a huge shock factor to your personality when the Tower card comes out. Also, some of you might have an Aquarius Mars, but that's just a random thought, some Aquarius in your chart. But you probably like saying things that shock people just because. It's some of you might not even be intentional about it. You might just say something that pops up on your mind, and then other people are like, whoa, where'd that come from? And you're like, I don't know, I thought that it would contribute to our conversation. And they're like, no, it did not. And you're like, okay, my bad. You have a very unique personality, and I think that's something that this person notices very much about you. They don't think you're just like everybody else. And that's the thing, like, I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, this person desperately likes this about you. I'm not getting those vibes at all. I'm getting like, this is key things they notice about your personality. So kind of getting almost, I don't want to say detached view, but this is kind of the vibes I'm getting. So like I said, we haven't got the feelings quite yet, but this person definitely has, I don't know, a very complex view of you, because I think you are so straightforward and so easy to understand, yet also so difficult to understand. Does that make sense? You're simple on paper, but in reality, you're much more complex, and I think they notice that, because with the 7 of Cups here, and I wonder if this is like an online crush or a friend you speak to online. For some of you, that might resonate. I just want to bring up every option. But you don't focus on one thing. You have so many different things going on in your life. You're like, I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. I think it's really, I want to say, impressive to that person, because I think you're really good at multitasking, even if you won't give yourself that credit. I think this person thinks that about you. They think you're diligent. And even though you have so much going on, you're still able to go and do this and have the energy to do that. You're pretty impressive to this person about, like, specifically your personality. That's what I'm picking up. I don't get looks a lot right now. I more so think that you just have a very, very strong personality, and that's something they cannot ignore. Anything else you want me to go over, Spirit, with these cards? I will say they like your hair. Spirit wanted me to mention that. They might like your hair. Maybe you have long hair or short hair. It doesn't really matter. They do think that it looks soft or looks nice. Something like that. But I'm going to get more into the feeling cards. And then I'll do tarot again. But I kind of want to get an idea of how they feel about you. Which this reading isn't going to be super long, because I think for those of you who know me, know that I don't like to ramble on about the same thing over and over again. So we'll move on. Key notes here is that they think you have very wild and different personality from anyone they've ever met before. So, Spirit, what does Group 1's crush, how do they feel about Group 1, please? How does Group 1's crush feel about Group 1? See, that was, this is, an a very difficult card. It's like an abandonment card. Someone who feels ignored. So we'll see. Hold on. Maybe you had a tough life. Like you grew up in a difficult environment. I wonder if they've seen you grow. How does Group 1's crush feel about Group 1? How does Group 1's crush feel about Group 1? Please, Spirit. How do they feel about Group 1? Oh my gosh. Spirit, why'd you do that? Now I gotta go get that. Throwing this dang card everywhere. Ow. So we got the oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll make a point. I think they're feeling sad and disappointed right now. In your connection, friendship, relationship, whatever it may be. Little on guard. Because that's a ready to fight card almost. Then we got this card. This is like a love triangle card, but also this is someone who feels like they like this person, and then the person's kissing the other person. They're like, oh my God, I'm too late, because she has like the love note in her hand and she never got to tell them how they feel. So I wonder if your person also has a crush on you or feels a certain way about you, but they feel like you have moved on, or if you found someone else and they're like, oh my God. But also here's a quirky girl card. This is when someone finds you to be kind of a, I don't know, I don't want to curse because that's how I got freaking banned last time. Like a jackass. They might find you to be really snarky or witty, sassy, those kind of adjectives. Just someone who can really dish it. But once again, it's the weird girl, so she may talk a lot of crap and be really funny and witty and stuff, but she's also really weird. Like, think of, what's that name? I can't remember her name. She's so pretty. Oh, I can't remember her name, but if it comes to me while I'm editing this, I'll put it in there. Just a really, really weird person who's extremely attractive. And I think that's what makes them, like, you attractive, is you're so weird and unique and just out there that this person's like, wow, you scare me, but you also turn me on, that kind of energy. And then we have this card at the bottom. You truly speak your mind. You're not afraid to say what you have to say. So this is another thing that this person thinks about you. But I am so curious about the freaking love triangle card. I don't think y'all are in a love triangle. If you are, then, that sucks. But I feel like this person's more worried about you seeing other people. Yeah. I think this person's worried about you dating someone else or you moving on from them. This gives me very much situationship vibes, funnily enough. I wonder if that's what kind of relationship y'all are in. This gives me like maybe y'all are friends and like y'all feel a certain way about each other, but y'all have never done anything, and like this person is just frustrated with the situation. But the thing is, they're frustrated about the situation, but they're so on guard. They're on guard, and that's what makes it difficult. It's like, well, if you like me, then why are you being so stubborn and on guard about it? Which that's me just asking about your crush, not really you. I do see you as, you are probably a person who kind of protects your own well-being. I think that you are the type of person to make sure that you weren't hurt at the end, so you kind of might hold back on putting your heart out there right away with that Seven of Wands. But that's the thing. I don't think you're scared to express it. So I feel like if they ask you, hey, do you like me? I feel like you'd be like, yeah, I do. But if you're going to hurt me, then I don't really want to invest in this. So that's just a side note. I'm getting distracted. Spirit, I want to know, how does Group 1's crush feel about Group 1, please? How does Group 1's crush feel about Group 1? How do they feel about Group 1? Okay. The Three of Cups is here. I mean, that can be. Everything keeps pointing to a love triangle, and I'm just ignoring it like, no. I don't think so, though. I don't get that vibe. I mean, for some of you, yes, that will apply. If it resonates, take it. But I feel the Three of Cups is also a friendship card. I feel like you guys are friends, and that's where this complexity is coming in. You're friends first, and then it's like, okay, well, we kind of like each other, but we're not really sure if we're going to be together or not. Because someone can't say how they feel, or you can't say how they feel, or it's just y'all constantly send each other mixed signals, and it's just like not the right time, whatever it may be. And that's what makes this relationship so complex. I don't think it's that simple. But Spirit, how does Group 1's crush feel about them? We have Aries. Oh, I don't know why I said Aries. I mean, it is an Aries card, but it's the Emperor. And then we have the King of Wands. A lot of fire energy here. So they could be a fire sign, specifically Aries or Leo or Sagittarius. But the thing about this is that they don't have to be. I more so get that they feel very passionately about you with these two fire cards here. But it's also the King of Wands and the Emperor. This is like, but let me get the last card. Spirit, how does Group 1's crush feel about Group 1, please? The Hermits. Yeah, that is so funny to me. In the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant, and then the Six of Wands was under it. That see, and then I keep seeing the Four of Pentacles. I think this person, like, always keeps you at arm's length, but, like, you start moving on, or you start doing this or that, and then they can't let you go, because the Four of Pentacles is almost like, for me at least, every time I interpret it, I get such a kind of a little obsessive or controlling or possessive kind of feeling, like they don't want to let you go. This is like they hold on to you, keep you on the back burner in a way, which I don't want to say that this is necessarily what they do. I don't think they're like, okay, I keep Group 1 on the back burner until I can't find anyone better, and then I go to Group 1. That's not what I'm getting. I just think that you're always on their mind in the back of it. You don't go away. They do focus on different things in life, but you're always still there, still in the corner of their eye. But first of all, with the Three of Cups here, let me just make sure that it's not. Clarify the Three of Cups, please. It's not a love triangle. I really don't think it is. I think this is more like describing the fact that y'all have a friendship connection. Oh, sorry about that. That's one of the dogs here. Let me take this. No, it's not a love triangle. Okay. So I don't think, like I said, it could be a love triangle for some of you, but I more so get that y'all have been friends. That's my sister over there. I'll try to block her out. She'll be mad if she's in the video. Yeah, so I do think that you guys are more so friends. But with the Emperor here and the King of Wands, I think that this person does feel passionately about you, like a certain way. They feel like I don't know. I don't want to say all these labels, like these things, like, and that's the thing. I think this person is so hesitant on expressing how they feel, and that's why I think it's hard for you to know how they feel about you, because they don't even say it to themselves. What I will say is, for sure, this person feels passionately about you. They think you're attractive. You definitely get their blood going, and you make them feel like a better person is what I'm hearing. You make them feel like the king of the world. So I think that they know that you value them and appreciate them as a person. But with the Hermit card here, this person does not quite fully understand how they feel about you. If they do, they're more so keeping it to themselves. Like, I think it's very, very complex emotions. I wish I could say it's like black or white here. It's like they do like you or they don't. I do think they like you, but they don't know if they like you quite exactly more as a friend or as just keeping you a friend. They can't decide, like, whether it's better to keep you as a friend or, like you too. But even though they clearly get bothered if you're going to start talking to someone else, so this person is very much at war with themselves. They aren't sure about what they want to do, keeping you as a friend and so forth. I think that they just, you know what, I want to add that I do think they think that you are very attractive. I get that very much so, because the King of Wands is here, and I'm not reading it much for their energy. I'm reading it for your energy. And it's not to say that you are like super masculine or anything like that. You can have masculine energy. Everyone has a little bit of both, feminine and masculine. But I do think they think you dress very well. I do think that they think you're organized and someone who has, like I said before, a strong will. With a King of Wands is a leader, natural leader. So, and the hair, I think they really like your hair. So you are attractive to this person. Don't get that twisted. You are attractive to them. I think Spirit's just like hiding how they like, whether they, let me just ask, do they like group 1 or not? Do they like group 1 or not romantically? Does group 1's crush like them? Are you kidding me? Seriously, screw you today. The up or down? Read it up or down. Okay. So, this is the Temperance card, and I would have said yes, but now it's in like reverse, and they want me to read it as reversed. This person, that's why, okay, I think they're trying to make it simple for me in the sense that's like, they don't know if they like you or not. They don't. Some days they feel like they do, and then other days they're like, okay, we're just better off friends. I'm getting too much in my feelings. I'm being crazy. That kind of energy. But the Devil card is here. Okay? So this is almost toxic in a way. Like, I don't want to be negative because, I'm not going to I don't think it's all negative or anything like that. I think y'all do have a great friendship and great connection going on, or could have if this is someone new in your life, and just basically explaining everything you're going to be going through with this person. I just think that this person has bad habits with themselves and how they feel, and they're not very much in tune with their emotions. And so therefore it confuses them when their emotions get out of balance, or like I said, some days they feel like they do like you, and they're like, okay, I feel this way, and I feel that deeply. And then other days are like, I don't know if I should like this person or not. But they, with a freaking Devil card here, this person can't let you go. Can't let go of the idea of you two. So it's complex. It's not simple. I don't want to leave this on for me, this was a disappointing note. I don't know about you. Maybe I'm just confirming everything you already know for yourself. But Spirit, let's do some advice for group 1 in this connection. Can you give me some advice for group 1 in this connection, please? What advice would you like to give group 1 regarding this connection with their crush? We have the Page of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and one more card, please, Spirit. No. Oh, okay. That's right. No. Fool or the King? Okay. So, first of all, Spirit's saying that give this connection time to work itself out. This is something that has to do with people trying to figure out their own stuff. I think Spirit mostly wants you to focus on what you want to do with your life. If you want to tell this person how you feel, then do it. If you want to focus on your career, do it. You want to focus on having fun, do it. You know, that's the kind of energy the Page of Wands is coming for me. But with the Nine of Wands, it's like persistence and being steady and, you know, going through a lot, but still being able to stand up on your feet and get back to work the next day, that kind of energy. So I think this is the type of connection that's like, there will be challenges, and you probably already had challenges, if not already. I'm not trying to like fearmonger you. I'm not saying like, oh, you're gonna have nothing but challenges, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm just thinking, like any relationship, there's struggles, and so there's challenges for you guys, but it's nothing that you can't work through, and push forward with, because I feel like there's a lot of potential with this connection. I think it just comes down to connecting with heart, and that's why the King of Cups is here. Spirit saying they eventually will start connecting more to heart, because the King, they're going to. I just believe that's very deeply. But also for you, connect more to your heart. Express how you feel. Don't be afraid to share your emotions, and really collect yourself. Don't, it's not one of those like, go crazy and freak out and, like, I feel this way and I gotta scream, blah, 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 blah. It's about steadying yourself, meditating, and understanding your emotions and how you feel and what you want to do next. Spirit is saying, make a decision on this connection and what you want to do next. Are you going to express how you feel because you hold this big cup of, love for this person, or you like them, or whatever it may be? Do you want to share that with them, or is this something you want to keep close to your heart and wait to see if this person expresses how they feel? Because I don't know if they will, because like I said, this person doesn't quite understand how they feel. Just for the sake of your sanity and mine, because I'm super curious now, I will ask what their actions towards you next will be. But I'm not going to get too crazy. We have the Strength card. Patience and time. Look, the first word on here is courage. Hold on. What is Group 1's crush's next actions? Freaking devil. They're just gonna freaking obsess over you like a damn weirdo. Or not necessarily obsessed with you. They have bad habits. They're in a cycle of what's it called? Mental problems. Five of Wands. What's her next actions towards Group 1? What's her next actions towards Group 1? One more card, please, Spirit. The icing on the cake, please. Six of Pentacles. I saw the freaking Three of Swords pop, but it didn't come out, so just take that as you will. With the Five of Wands, I don't think this person is they're too focused on their inner problems right now. They're not looking to start any fights with you, even though the Five of Wands is here, so be careful of not getting into it with each other. But they're more so looking for like peace with you, with the Six of Pentacles here, like just coming up with solutions to any problems you may have. But they're more so, it's all about harmony and peace and giving and taking and, kindness. So right now, I think they're just focused on keeping balance in your relationship and your connection or friendship, whatever it may be. But they're battling some inner demons right now, so they're trying to work on self. And I think once they improve self and what's going on within, they can start focusing more about how they feel about you and figuring that out and what they want to do with you next. So I know that was a lot. I hope this helped you and gave you some insight into your crush's feelings towards you. I hope you like the video. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I hope to make more content for you soon. All right, hello Group 2. If you chose the Inner Peace card, this reading is for you. So with the Inner Peace card, these two fish together makes me think that, they're kind of like, well, first of all, inner peace. This is like, they're swimming in the water, it's calm, they have all the food they need, all the water they need. Very peaceful environment, and they have friendship together. They're not alone. And so I wonder if you and this person are close or you've known each other a long time. I wonder if even some of you are asking about your boyfriend or girlfriend and how they're, you're crushing on them and what they think about you or whatnot. But like some of you might be married. But this also could be someone who you're friends with and have known a while, or just someone you feel a very deep soul connection with, because the two fish here, they're together and, they're just hanging out. So I kind of get that feeling, and this person, vice versa, would feel the same way. But let's get into tarot and what your crush thinks about you. What does group 2's crush think about you? What does group 2's crush think about them? I don't have my tripod, so I'm just going to hold the cards up for you to see and then lay them down so you know what I'm talking about. But what does group 2's crush think about group 2? Please spare. They're like, we're ready. Okay, the devil card. It's like the bottom of the deck, but what does group 2's crush think about group 2? What do they think about group 2? Please spare. What does group 2's crush think about group 2? The Fool. Could be someone new that you feel a deep soul connection to. That's probably why you're asking about them. Or this is a connection that never gets dull. But first of all, I don't know what I'm talking about that. Can you tell me what does group 2's crush think about group 2? The Moon. You're a mystery. What does group 2's crush think about group 2? I'll take that. The King of Wands and the 8 of Wands. 5 of Swords. This was this very almost like we don't talk anymore energy, funnily enough, with that 5 of Swords. But I don't want to say that quite yet because we have some pretty positive cards here. What I'm getting is that, first of all, this person thinks that you're pretty optimistic. You might be a half glass full kind of person, someone who is charming and not necessarily super outgoing or anything like that. But I think when the occasion calls for it, you can step up and be like, hey, I'm this person. It's nice to meet you. And this is my friend, You can kind of take on the parent role or someone who's just in charge or whatever. But I feel like this person thinks you're well liked amongst the community or just people in general. I think you might be, a really attractive person, and they're like, okay, this person is just so popular, they don't really, I don't think people dislike you, or that's the impression you give off, and that's what they think about you. But with the Moon card here, you might be very mysterious to them. I don't think, that's why I was getting this feeling. It's like, for some of you, you might know each other very well, but others of you, this might be someone new. So a lot of people might choose group 2. But you're kind of mysterious to this person. And with the Moon cards here, always it can be mystic and oh my gosh, this person is witchy and they have really good intuition. So that might be part of it as well. But this person doesn't know you. They know you, but they don't always know what's going on in your head. You might either not express to them how you're feeling all the time. And I think that's where that mystery comes from. But for the most part, whether you express how you feel or this or that, I think it's just more so there's a very much big air of mystery to you. They can't quite pinpoint, why you chose to do that or why you did this or why you're feeling like this one day or why did you say that. There's that mystery. And also physically, I think you just radiate this kind of mysterious energy. Might have a stoic look or just not always, not that you can't smile. That's not what I'm saying. I'm kind of getting off track. There's just, with this Moon card, there's big mystery here. You don't always lay everything out on the table for them to see. But with the 8 of Wands, I naturally think that you probably talk to this person a lot. I think they enjoy having conversations with you. But with the 8 of Wands, a lot of the time, I think that they when I see this in what someone thinks about you kind of question, usually means they think you walk really fast, or the way you walk is quick, and the way you respond to things is quick, but also your voice, specifically the voice. They might think you have an attractive voice, or they just like your voice or the way you say things. You have a very different way of speaking. Maybe you have an accent, or you speak a different language with this person. So specifically the way you speak is something they notice about you and like about you. The King of Wands is here. And the King of Wands, like I said, had come out in the first reading, but it's different than, because it came out how they feel about you. This is what they think about you. So the King of Wands represents someone charismatic, someone who's secure in themselves, someone who doesn't have to scream at the top of their lungs to gain people's attention. All they have to do is speak and people listen. Kind of like their word is law in a way, but not overbearing or too powerful. You don't think they're arrogant or cocky. You just think they're someone secure in themselves, someone who's not afraid to say how they feel if they need to. Someone who stands their ground, and also someone who's really protective of oneself. So I think they think that you are your first priority. They also think you dress well. The King of Wands is always dressed well and smells good and looks nice and can put on that salesman smile when they need to. So, like I said before, I do think that they definitely think you're charming. Because with the Fool here, it's also that innocence. You know, you might have a very baby face or just come across very innocent. And that's why I think it's like very surface level sometimes interactions with this person. It's like, you know, they ask you how your day was, and you're like, oh yeah, it was fine. But really, like, there's so much more to it with the Moon card here. You know, like, you tripped and, you know, hurt your pinky, but you're not going to tell that, you know, because you don't think, like, it's necessarily important. You're just like, yeah, that happened. Whereas other people would tell that person, like, oh, and I did this, and I did that, and this happened to me, and blah, 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 you know. So you're kind of, like, they kind of have to dig stuff out of you in that sense. But you're definitely a lot of fun. I wonder if they think you're good with animals because of the little dog here. They definitely think you're attractive. You have a very springy, youthful energy. Cute energy. Even if you're a man, your crush thinks you are cute. You have cute vibes. But let's get into the feeling cards and how they feel about you. How does Group 1's crush feel about not Group 1, sorry, Group 2. How's Group 2's crush feel about Group 2? How's Group 2's crush feel about Group 2, please, Spirit? How does Group 2's crush feel about Group 2? Okay, that wants to come out. Oh, yeah. This is a very cute card. This person feels protective over you. They feel protective. But they also think that you are protected. You have a good community around you or people around you. Or if they're connected to spirit really well, they think that you're spiritually protected. But how does Group 2's crush feel about them? How does Group 2's crush feel about them? You're really cute to this person. Okay. So we have this very, like, spiritual card. This is someone who has hidden psychic abilities or having a spiritual awakening and so forth. So yeah, this person definitely thinks you're a spiritual person. And if you're watching a tarot video, then you probably are pretty spiritual or have your own spiritual abilities. But we also have the blocked card. This card usually signifies that you've either blocked someone or someone has hurt someone's feelings, like they kind of feel ignored here. So this person might be feeling a little ignored by you, or not sure if they're on the same page as you. Maybe they're ignoring you. I don't know. We'll get more into how they feel about you, but like, Also, I just think this person's really in awe of you. Oh, yep, the unique card came out. This person thinks you're a little weirdo. Because the unique card is out. Or your looks are really unique. This person puts on a mask a lot of the time. I don't think you fully know how this person feels. I think they tell you one thing, but they actually feel another. And I don't think it's always malicious. I just think this person feels a lot of different things, and it's hard for them to express that, and they don't want you to worry about them, or they don't, think it's important for you to know either. So you guys kind of mirror each other in that way, where you leave out stuff that you don't think is important or you think is going to burden the other person, so you don't tell each other, and just weighs on you separately. But this person does think that you're cute. They think you definitely are good with animals, or you're kind to animals, or you may look a little similar to something that reminds them of an animal, because there's very much puppy love kind of energy in that sense. I do think that you kind of scare them a little with the psychic ability card, because you might just be eerily in tune with them and tell them, like, I got this funny thing in my head where they're like, you're telling them, I know that you went out and did this today. And they're like, how did you know? And you're like, because I just know. And they're like, did you follow me? And you're like, no, I have that sixth sense. And I think that can creep them out sometimes. And it's not like, creepy. It's just like, definitely, I don't want to say off-putting. It's just very weird energy. This person, it kind of spooks them. Not gonna lie. It does spook them a little bit when you know things. Or you say things that they're like, how do you know that? But that's so funny. This card is coming out. I really wonder if one of you said something that rubbed the other the wrong way, kind of scared them, or whatever it was. Because this is like such a blocked card. And then we have the Five of Swords on here. So you're going to have to let me know in the comments if you got into it with your crush, or if you scared them off somehow. I don't want to say scare them off, but yeah, definitely something was said that kind of irked them. It wasn't like something super deep, but I don't know. Weird. And then we have the weird card. So this person finds you extremely unique. And it was so funny because pile one, they had the quirky girl. And the quirky girl is different from the weird card, with the weird unique card. Because quirky girl is like funny and goofy and just, she's a little weird. She's like the manic pixie girl. But the weird unique card, this is like a whole different level. Like, this person is funky. Like, where'd they come from? They came from a different planet. They look different. They say things that are just out of this world. So I do think that you impress this person in the sense that, like, you just don't act like anybody else. They've never met anyone like you. Your features are just different. The way you speak is different. And that's why I was like, you might come from a different background from this person. Maybe even an ethnicity or nationality, whatever it may be. Because I think your two worlds and beliefs are, similar, but also vastly different. So you're very, very, very different from this person, or that's how they view you. But it's usually not like, if it was, I don't take reversals with this, but sometimes if it was reversed, I would be like, okay, they see this in a bad light, but I don't think they see it in a bad light. I think they're just kind of shocked. There's a lot of shock value here. But I'm rambling on. We're already 14 minutes in. I need to get into how they feel about you. How does Group 2's crush feel about Group 2, please, Spirit? Can you clarify, how does Group 2's crush feel about Group 2? What are their main feelings towards Group 2, please, Spirit? Well, the Three of Swords, yeah. Someone might have blocked the other person. And you know what? Now it's like, maybe you said something really out of pocket, or they did, that really rubbed one or the other the wrong way, and that's like why you're kind of like, ooh, I like you, but you know, this happened or that, I don't know, something flunky. I'll have to ask Spirit about it, but can you tell me, how does group 2, okay, Nine of Wands, and then Temperance. How do they feel about group 2? What's group 2's crush feel about group 2? Ten of Swords. Well, you two feel like you've had a lot of ups and downs, despite some of you might not even know each other very well. Can you clarify this 3 of Swords, please, Spirit? The world, up or down? Someone was close-minded. Can you clarify the 10 of Swords, please? Okay. Someone might have been rejected. You might have been rejected. Or you rejected them. Take it as it resonates. But an offer of love was rejected here. Or they don't think that they have a chance with you or would have a chance with you based on things that have happened. Because with the world reversed and then the 3 of Swords here, I feel like there's such a closed-minded energy happening. Yeah, someone was really close-minded about the connection. We even want to, like, for some of you, maybe they wanted to be in an open relationship, or you did. It's just like y'all were not on the same page about that. And that led to conflict. Y'all had a very different point of views, and I think that's where you guys butt heads on something. And so I think that's the biggest problem here. Okay, let me collect myself. This person definitely does feel a certain way about you. I'll figure out whether they like you or not in a minute. But with the Knight of Cups here, there definitely is an air of romance. But I think you two have such different views, or the way you guys want to go about things, that it's kind of led to rejection, or you two just not being a good match, or that's how they feel. This person they're on guard, they're trying to figure out what they want to do next. It's kind of complex. Like, keep clarifying the Temperance card. Yeah, this person is trusting their intuition. So I think they understand you two have a soul connection, and maybe that's, like with any connection that you always have some sort of soul tie. And I think they understand that much, but I wonder where this conflict is coming from. I'm so confused. Personally, I'm struggling to find that out. I think that, because I think a lot of different people are watching this, so it's hard for me to pin down one thing. So I'm going to list different options for you guys. Take what resonates to your situation. Some of you, either you rejected them or they rejected you. And I feel like more so you reject them, though, because, like, well, why would you reject them if they're your crush, right? But they are conflicted with themselves, and I think the only reason they would reject you is because they have been hurt in the past, but also struggle with self. And I really strongly think that you guys have very differing views, different opinions, and they kind of have this mindset, okay, like, well, that's not going to work out between us because we aren't on the same page about things. Like, I think the sky is blue when she thinks the sky is red, and y'all argue back and forth about those two things, and y'all just can't come to an agreement. And I think that's where the struggle is within, like, feelings-wise for them. They just don't think that you fully get them and that they fully get you. It's very confusing for them. But that's the thing with the High Priestess here and the Temperance. They are so strongly opinionated in their beliefs. I want you to understand that this person believes in their ideals. Like, say for instance, this person is Christian. They believe in God. God is their savior. You know, they're with them full on, like, this is my person, blah, 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 blah. He leads the way. And that is my belief. That's what I go by. And so, you know, say you're this tarot witchy person who doesn't believe in God or whatever. And that's where you two might really conflict, because, you know, he's worried about your soul being damned to hell, and you're just like, no. So I think your beliefs might switch this person up. Y'all have very opposing views on things. And so they're so stubborn in what they believe in, and you're so stubborn in what you believe in, it's hard for you to come together. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to be too redundant on this. Spirit, does group 2's crush like them romantically? Do they like them romantically, yes or no? I think they do. Yeah, they do. The Two of Wands is here. They do, but it's like the option for romance is not on the table for this person. So I don't want to, like, make you lose hope, because, like, the Two of Wands is here. It's like planning, and things can change, and you can take two different paths. But in order for you two to kind of date, if that is your end goal with this person, it's going to be tough, because you two have such different beliefs. One of you are going to have to compromise, and I don't see this person compromising, and I also see you pretty headstrong and not wanting to compromise either. The thing about this connection is that it is very much karmic with the Wheel of Fortune here. You two are definitely meant to teach each other lessons, so that's probably why you two meet and you feel this attraction toward each other, but you'll have opposing views, or this just doesn't work right, or this doesn't work right. And so where you have to come together to either learn the lesson together or compromise or whatever it may be, it's going to be different for everyone. But as of right now, I do think that this person feels a certain way about you, but they're not like, okay, I'm going to date this person, I'm going to take them on a date, and we're going to be boot up and blah, 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 blah. This person very much thinks that you'll have different views, and they don't have, I don't think they have a good connection with letting other people tell them how to feel or think. I don't think they like that. So if you come into this connection trying to be like, well, I believe in this, and you should think this way, it's going to really turn them off and want them to run the other direction. So don't try to corner this person in. But let's get some advice for you. What advice do you have for group 2 regarding their connection with their crush, please, Spirit? What advice do you have for group 2 regarding their connection with their crush? What advice would you like to give to group 2? Queen of Wands and the King of Wands is here, remember? Right here. Divine counterparts for sure. The Five of Wands. You two just really might struggle to get along, even though you feel attracted to each other. That's so funny. I don't know why I said 9. There's a lot of 9s here, though. That's the Hermit. That was the Five of Pentacles. I think that Spirit's gonna sit, like, I'm kind of saying the similar thing that I said to group 1. There are struggles in all connections, and this connection that you have is naturally going to have its own problems. If you two can get out of ego and compromise on different beliefs and not be so headstrong, and do some self-within, like, kind of, what's the word? Shadow work, you could say. I think you do have potential for a connection. I just think it's going to be like a little cold at first before it gets better. You know what I mean? Because it's just you have very stubborn, conflicty energy where you might bicker and just not always get along. And if you're prepared for that, prepared to compromise and learn to grow from it and learn, because like the Hermit's here. This is definitely like you two are mirroring each other in a lot of ways. This is very much a connection of self-reflection and seeing yourself in another person, just having different views and going, okay, well, why are they so stubborn? Well, they're just reflecting exactly how you are. You're really stubborn and you believe in that, you know? So for the most part, I think this advice wants to tell you why this connection is here in your life and what it's doing for the both of you. I'm not going to be like negative. I don't want to be overly negative because that's just not fun, right? But the Five of Pentacles is here. There might be a little coldness, a little little darkness in the tunnel before you see the light at the end of it. And maybe that's what you're going through right now with all this kind of Three of Swords energy and the Ten of Swords, rough patch. You need to learn to compromise and try to understand your person better, and they need to try to understand you better. So that is how your crush feels about you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it gave you some insight and helped you. Like and subscribe if you want, and I hope to make more content for you soon. So thank you. All right, hello, group 3. This is going to be your reading. If you chose the release card, we're going to try to figure out what your crush thinks about you and, you know, how they feel about you, kind of like the gist. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because for most of you who've been watching me, you know I don't like readings to drag on too long. So with the release card, first of all, what I'm hearing, it's so funny. From this, I'm getting like they think you're really beautiful. So just understand that they do think that you're really beautiful and attractive. Inside and out, whether you know this person really well or not. But you definitely give a good impression off to this person. They just think you're very attractive. You might be warmer toned or just have red hair or something like that. Or just have lovely hair. You also might smell good. So keep that in mind. But also with the release here, you might be asking about like an ex or something like that, because release is always kind of like that. But for the most part, this is kind of releasing, for me, what I'm hearing is like old toxic patterns or habits. But we're going to get into the tarot about what they think about you. What does group 3's crush think about group 3, please, Spirit? What does group 3's crush think about group 3? What do they think about group 3, please, Spirit? What does group 3's crush think about group 3? Oh, there are the cups. Sweet person. I mean, 10 of Cups reversed. Then the 8 of... Oh, not 8. Sorry, Strength. Strength reversed. Yeah, this is like what I think you might have someone... you might have history with. Sorry, I'm not showing the cards. This is the Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups reversed, 8, not 8. Okay, hold on, we'll see. Strength card reversed. I wonder if you guys had, like, for some of you that's watching this, if you had a very deep, troubling relationship in the past, and this is someone who you still have feelings for, and you want to know how they are feeling about you and all this stuff. Anyway, what do they think of group 3, please, Spirit? What does group 3's crush think about them? It's the 6 of Cups too. Hold on, I'm gonna take another one. Let's reverse. Yeah, I think you guys have history. But one more card, please, Spirit. Okay, 2 more. That's a lot. And the Emperor's on the bottom. So we have Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups reversed, Strength reversed, 6 of Cups reversed, the 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups upright. So this is for a lot of you. I'm getting that this is your ex. But if it's not, someone new or just, someone who you simply have a little crush on and don't know super well, just take what resonates. So I do think that this person finds you really attractive, especially with the Knight of Cups. But for the most part, I think that they think you're a really sweet, kind person. Someone who struggles with their self-worth. You might not find yourself to be the greatest person alive. I feel like this is mental health struggles for a lot of you. I think that this person does think that you have a lot of potential. And I think they think you're book smart. You might be someone who studies a lot or does well in school. And if you don't, they just think that you can easily learn something if you just put your best foot forward. I think the problem is that, like, they either don't know you that well, or, like I said, if this is an ex, you guys had a lot of ups and downs, and possibly more so downs. And so it kind of made your relationship hard. Yeah. Hold on. This person also struggles with their own self-worth, but I think you in particular struggle with that. And maybe this was like one of those toxic relationships where you guys did not have a good, healthy connection. So that's kind of what they see, They see a lot of the problems you've had and the fights you had and the because this card, it's like literally has abuse on the top. I don't, want to speak for all of you, like all of you have been abused or anything like that, but for some of you might relate to that. And if that's the kind of connection that you were in with this person, I don't want to, you can do whatever you would like, but never, I want to say with the kindness of my heart, don't go back to someone who was never good for you, ever. No matter how you feel about them. I feel like for some of you, you have this feeling like, we're soulmates and, we're twin flames and, we're meant to be. And, some things, it's not that you're meant to be. You were meant to meet that person and take a lesson away from it. But just because you're, twin flames or whatever doesn't mean you're always going to be together and not necessarily the best for each other, because our souls are different from when we come into the human body. It's our human minds and ego of the human body in general affects our souls. And so say, in the higher realm, whatever you believe in, y'all chose to come in together and be together, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't mean it will always work out when you do enter the human world, because it can get tricky, because our human bodies make us think differently, and then the outside conflicts, it's just a lot. So for the most part, what they think about you, I do think that if you knew this person, you definitely were once their happily ever after, but it's not like that anymore. In that sense, this person just remembers a lot of almost sadness is what I'm getting. I don't want to be overly negative, because I hate that. I just do think that this person thinks you have gone through a lot probably, and you might struggle a lot mentally. And I think this person sees that about you. You're someone who struggles with their self-worth, like I said before, possibly. But I think you struggle with everyday life. And I think this person notices that about you a lot. Yeah, hold on. Let me tap more into this. I just want to make sure that we're... But, the Six of Cups here, I don't think it's necessarily over or anything like that. This relationship is complex, is what I'm getting at. It's not night and day, and I'm getting less about what they think about you, more about how they're feeling about you as a person and the situation at hand. Like I said before, I do think that they think you're a sweet person. I think they think you're pure. You just want to be successful and move forward in life and have a happy life. And I think they notice all those things about you and they see that within you. But there's some sort of sadness here. But I'm going to get more into the feelings card because I want to understand how they feel about you more deeply. How does Group 3's crush feel about them? How does Group 3's crush feel about Group 3? See, when it's hard to shuffle like that, it's almost like keeping emotions very much close to their chest. How does Group 3's crush feel about Group 3, please, Spirit? How does Group 3's crush feel about Group 3? I'm not... That's... Yeah. Hold on. Those are flipped. Let me do this again. How do they feel about Group 3, please, Britt? Oh. This is annoyed, frustrated card. They're feeling annoyed and frustrated by the situation, or you in general. Yeah, not to laugh at your pain. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is very much toxic energy, and I hate to be a hater. I'm not trying to be, but this is a very like push and pull kind of hot and cold, cat and mouse, all those analogies. This person definitely keeps their eyes on you. They don't let go either, and I knew this card was going to come out. They do not express how they feel very openly. That's probably why you're asking about how they feel about you, to kind of get an idea, but even I'm struggling to get it out of them. They don't necessarily, they probably have a very like cold face and expression, so even if you're arguing or like talking or whatever, you never know how they're feeling because they're not going to say it outright. Yeah, you guys this might be a tough situation. So if you don't relate to this pile, please pick a different one because it's not going to be for you. If this is someone you just met, this is not going to be for you. It's very specific to someone who has a toxic or just very difficult relationship with someone else. I feel like this person doesn't tell you how they feel, but you guys have this intense chemistry. Y'all feel for each other very deeply in that sense, like a lot of sexual attraction as well. But you frustrate them. You frustrate them a lot because it's this card here. You can read it. I don't want to say what it says. I don't know if you can read it or not. But this is a very frustrated energy. But like I said before, I think they have their eyes on you because the stalker card here is like the obsession card, or just watching very closely. This person keeps their eyes on you all the time. They're probably watching your social media. If y'all aren't in contact. I wonder for some of you if there's no contact. But it's like they don't just let it go like they should, or you do let it go either. This is like a laughing through the pain kind of card where you're like, haha, it's a terrible situation, but it's funny and we just keep going back to each other or something like that. There might be a lot of mind games in this connection. It's just very complex. But what I'm picking up mostly, feelings-wise, this person is not expressive about it. And that's why I'm struggling to pick up on how they're feeling, because they are very secretive about it. They are very attracted to you. Oh, sorry, my sister and her boyfriend are leaving. Bye. They are really sexually attracted to you, attracted to you physically. And it's like almost, you guys probably have this like forbidden love, because this is a forbidden love card. You probably shouldn't even have a relationship. I don't know if it's like a secret affair or, just something you two shouldn't be happening right now, whether it's divine timing or whatever. And it's like, so you'll have that connection where you'll keep coming back to each other. But it's not very self-serving. It's never like good for either of you, or particularly this person. This person doesn't think it's good for them, but it's something they can't let go. Does that make sense? You'll have so much history, but they aren't taking the initiative to either better this relationship or make something super good out of it. It's just very much complicated. This is difficult kind of energy. But I want to get into specifically how they feel about you. So we're going to try to pry it out of them. Can you tell me how Group 3's crush feels about them, please, Spirit? How does Group 3's crush feel about Group 3? Please give me some insight onto how does Group 3's crush feel about Group 3. Like I said, guys, this is ultra specific group. If you are not resonating, do not sit through this and make yourself watch it. Only specific people are going to be like, yes, this pile's for me. Or group, I mean. Can you please tell me, how does Group 3's crush feel about them? How does Group 3's crush feel about Group 3, please? How does Group 3's crush feel about Group 3? 3 of Wands, the 7 of Wands. Y'all might not be talking right now. Y'all might be on a very... We are both on strike, like Cold War is what I'm hearing. It's like the Cold War, waiting for it to see who yields first. How does Group 3's crush feel about them, please, Spirit? How does Group 3's crush feel about them, please, Spirit? Death. How's Group 3's crush? Okay, we'll take the Hermit. The Hermit managed to come out in all the piles. And then the World was at the bottom, too. Okay. So we have the 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands. This person's protecting their independence very well. That's what I'm hearing. But their beliefs, death, and the Hermit. So as for feelings right now, they're not feeling a certain way. Like, they're feeling like this situation is right now in this moment on pause or over with because of the Death card and the 3 of Wands. It's like with the 3 of Wands, like I said, it feels like a Cold War. They might be waiting to see if something does eventually come around, because I feel like you guys have a cycle of it, comes in and out of your life where we do this and we do this little game and this dance of like we like each other, whatever else, and we sleep together, or, we're talking again and we're friends, we're hanging out, and then all of a sudden they're gone and you're gone or whatever, and it's like silence again, and you're that kind of energy. This person is defensive about their feelings in the sense it's like, it's confusing. I do know that they do think that the feelings are done, though. They think that the situation is over with. They're very much focused on self. Okay? Yeah. Hold on. Let me tap into the energy. They have such a defensive attitude. I don't think it's easy to get things out of them. It's like they say one thing and then do another. And they act like they're all bad and tough. And so when you're like trying to ask how they feel about you, and they're like, no, I don't feel nothing about you. Like that kind of energy almost. Yeah. Hold on. And with the 3 wands, it's like, okay, I feel like this is something, because I saw the 7 of Pentacles too. It's like, this is something y'all both put in so much energy towards, and that's why it's not easy to let it go for either of you. Right now, this person thinks like this situation is on pause, like I said before, or over. But with the 3 wands, it's like they put so much energy into you, or towards, like I said, watching you, hiding their feelings or just being on guard. And they put so much of that energy in there, and then it's open for them. It's not completely over with. So I know I'm probably confusing y'all. I'm trying to be. It's because this person is so confusing. It's like, so there's 2 sides to them, where part of them's like, okay, we're done with this. This is over. And then the other half of them is like, yeah, I say it's over now, but it always comes back around. That kind of energy. But like I said, I want to be clear and cut. Feelings-wise, they kind of think that the situation is over for right now. They're very much, defensive, don't know what's been going on with you guys. They're complex. They're kind of toxic. Not kind of, you know what I mean. They're very much focusing on themselves. They're not clinging on to you. They're not trying to, chase after you in that sense. Like I said, they're watching you. Don't get me wrong. They're watching you. They're keeping an eye on you. But this is not something where they're actively, like, blowing up your phone and following you and trying to get you to pay attention to them and be their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. They're just like, yep, this person, group 3, will come back into my life when they want to, and then we'll play this game again. Kind of vibes. I genuinely, I do think they want a better future for you guys, but there is they have such self-limiting beliefs in you as well that it's, you both mirror each other in that sense where, they project their insecurities on you and you may project your insecurities onto them. It just creates a very vicious cycle. You guys are definitely a very karmic kind of thing where we learn lessons from each other, and either we step away from each other or we grow together and get better, that kind of vibe. But it doesn't seem like you're growing together and getting better. It's like, Spirit, what do you want me to ask? I kind of want to get advice for you, but I also want to see what their next actions are. First I'll get what their next actions are towards you, and then we'll see what advice Spirit wants for you. What actions will Group 3's crush be taking towards them next? What actions will Group 3's crush be taking towards Group 3 next, please, Spirit? What are their next actions towards Group 3? What is Group 3's crush next actions towards them? The High Priestess. It's very slow and steady. There's the Ten of Pentacles. With the High Priestess, it's a slow and steady kind of energy. Nine of Pentacles. And then the Tower. So their next actions towards you is more so waiting for you to do what you want next. They're kind of going to wait and see what you do. They're not going to be trying to start a relationship with you anytime soon. There's conflicts between you guys that's just not necessarily fixable right now, is their feeling. I think they're very much is trying to focus on their independence, and giving you your own independence and you doing your thing and they're doing their thing. Like I said, they always feel like they come back to you because I feel like, in a sense, they do feel like you're an end game for them, but it is not their main priority right now. In the back of their mind, I think they see on paper, like, you'd be like, and this is no specific to gender, I'm not trying to be, but just say, like, you are a woman watching this. They're like, you'd be the perfect housewife. You do this, this, and this, and this, or whatever. They see that. On paper, it looks good. But this is not something that they're actively going to go for. It's just, they still think about you, even after the conflicts they have about you. And they are always going to be interested in you to an extent. But it's not the right time for them. They feel that deeply. It's not the right time for them. This relationship is a lot for them. You two just have, for some of you, volatile exchanges. It's just not hot and fresh, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to laugh. I know this is a very serious relationship for you, the fact that you're asking about it. They're just going to let things naturally flow. They're not going to, They're not going to try to control the situation. They're going to let things work out the way they're supposed to. They're busy focusing on their own heart and their soul and what's going to be best for them. And they're just not sure what to do next in the sense of making this relationship work. They're very much trying to let God, if you believe in God, whoever, take control of the situation. They have that mindset like, well, if it's going to be, it's going to be eventually. And if it's not, then that's just how it's going to be as well. But let's get some advice for you regarding this connection. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 3 regarding this connection? And I'm sorry if I don't want to be overly negative, group 3 or anything like that. That's not my intention. I just read truthfully. I don't want to sugarcoat things. I want you to know what you're asking for and give you what you asked for. It's just, I don't want to lie and be like, they're in love with you and, you guys are meant to be after all this tough stuff. It's just not like that. That's not the reality. You do have some stuff to work through if you're ever going to get this relationship off the ground. You know what I mean? But what advice do you have for group 3, Spirit, in regards to their crush? What advice do you have in regards to group 3 and their crush? Abundance. What advice do you have for group 3, please, Spirit? Embracing the good and bad, right? What advice do you have for group 3, please, Spirit? Miracles. Wonders is the bottom deck energy. Says, just trust yourself. Trust what you believe in. Abundance is here, and then embracing is here, and then miracles. I think life for you is supposed to get better, and I think this connection is also supposed to get better too. But right now, it's like embracing what life has for the both of you. I do think with this release card specifically, starting from the beginning, it's like if you can focus on yourself and they can focus on themselves, all the abundance in all subjects of life can happen for you guys and get things better, and I'm not trying to sell you something I don't believe in. I truly think that this is a type of connection that needs a lot of time to work through and to embrace each other's differences and problems. Like whether you have mental problems or they have mental problems, there's a lot of stuff to be worked through. And it's just about being patient and stuff. Being patient and stuff. Healing oneself. When you can heal oneself, I think there is abundance for you and this person. Now, whether it's together, I'm not sure. Spirit's not telling me so. And when Spirit's not telling me that specifically, I think it's something left up in the air. So there will always be a possibility that you two can work things out and get this healthy and positive and good for each other. And then there's also the possibility of just going separate ways and wishing the best for each other and allowing good things to come into your life and good things to come into their life. That's going to be different for everyone. Y'all all have different souls and journeys and things to learn, so we'll see. But this reading has gone a little longer. So group 3, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope this gave you some insight into what you should do next and how you should handle this connection with this person. And I hope it gave you clarity on the connection with them and what you should do next. So like and subscribe if you want to, and I hope to make more content for you soon.